call the Proctor Public Utility meeting to order for September 15th. Shar, roll call.
Carolyn.
Here.
Jennifer Cady.
Here.
Eric Bingaman.
I need approval of the minutes of August 9th.
Oh, the agenda.
Oh, approval of the agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the minutes of August 9th, 2021.
I'll move to approve the minutes.
All in favor? Aye. Approval of payrolls ending July 18th, August 1st, and August 15th, 2021.
August 29th, and we are still
August
waiting
29th.
on. We are still waiting on reports from our software company.
So we can make the motion and approve them without the reports, Carol?
What do you want to just bring them next?
Yeah, she
they
said
are
she
in here.
before this last payroll, we've been having new training because within each of the programs that we're doing, like payroll, now there's another component to that. It's my time where employees can enter it in. So it's just more training upon more training. And so when I trained with her last week, our trainer, said she's working through some of that and will hopefully have something to me here soon. They have to create them, and so I sent her all the ones that we were used to getting, like for all the city council and then ours, and so they're working through trying to create all those. But amidst training, I don't know.
Well, we'll table this till next week, next meeting. I just want to say welcome to Eric Bingaman. Congratulations on being our new commissioner.
Thank you.
Welcome, Eric.
Okay. Old business. Do we have anything to report for maintenance contractor?
No, nothing, knock on wood,
Yeah, that's good, huh?
Haven't had, I know Pat was gonna try and do some hydrant work. We had some that we thought, well, maybe we'd try and get out before winter, but I know they've been busy. We're seeing that all over with.
Has Pat been winterizing at all?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
I just noticed one day when I drove by our hydrant on 2nd Avenue and 3rd Street that it was dripping. So I wasn't sure if he had just done it or
Oh,
what
yeah.
was going on with
Yeah,
that.
he's doing it as he can, filling it in. With the new software system, he's having to navigate through that. It's been tough on him because now we're moving everything over to the handheld instead of a paper route. He had that this time, and it was not in the order he had it in. It's all a learning curve, and so it's.
Is it going any better? Is it downloading?
It's downloading. We got that to work, but we're missing readings and readings that aren't pulling over. So, and same thing with our billing. We're having issues with our billing. So it's just all a work. We're constant work in progress of trying to get the bugs worked out. And so he's struggling with that. It's taking him longer to do readings, and he's gets a little frustrated and doesn't know
Well,
why
it's a good thing he's
not going
starting
through.
a little early then.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So.
Okay.
So nothing with our contractors. He hasn't asked them to come in and, do any of this hydrant work. However, with the pump house there, we have the one hydrant, that old red one that we're gonna move. So when they take that one out and retire that service, we're gonna be putting it over on 7th Avenue or actually it's 6th Avenue and 1st Street. We've
Okay.
got a bad hydrant there, and so we're gonna replace that. Just swap that out with that one, since we have a new one up at the pump house, a new yellow one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and looks good.
Okay. All right. New business, our freezing water lines. And I see we got a bid.
We did. We got one sole bid, and it was way over the engineer estimate. So I talked with our engineer today about this, and our thought was probably because everyone is so busy, all these contractors, and what I'm finding out from the contractors, what I'm finding out from even Rocky, was another thing I was going to touch on here with the tree trimming. They are not, it's not that they don't have the work, it's not that they don't have the equipment, it's getting the workers. They're really struggling with people that want to work.
Yeah.
And so we thought that was a big component of why this was so high, but there were some things on here that I need to talk to our engineer about that I think maybe we didn't take into consideration or understand. Like one of the things when I talked to KTM about their bid, they need, because they're so close to Levake Road, we need to have traffic control there for 2 days, a flagger needed for 2 days. So some of these things that we might not have taken into consideration because that is a county road and they have different requirements.
So are you thinking of rebidding it, Shar?
So we talked about that. We talked about just throwing everything out, redoing it in the spring. I know the one on Uggstead Road has been at us, wanting to get this done. So I did ask her about breaking this out. Can you tell me, what if we break this out? What if we only do one this year? So then you're not overwhelmed with, you've got 2 that you have to complete by the end of October. Can we break this out? And actually, the 601 North Uggstead Road, that was only $15,900. The Johnson one was $27,000. So
And the Uggstad Road one is the one, yeah.
that we'd like to get done as soon as we can. So that one was really more reasonable, and what we were kind of figuring with the 2 of them, that it would come into about $30,000. So, so I talked to Elena, the gal that submitted the bid for KTM, and she didn't have a problem with them us being able to break this out, and then maybe going and asking a new bid in the spring for 9001 Johnson Road. So she said they would be fine with doing that. It would help, with their schedule.
Good, that seems like a
So-
good plan.
And that's what Tyler at SDH thought too. If they could do that, maybe that's an option for us. So really our option is we throw them all out, we redo everything in the spring, or, we piece it apart like this.
Do one and get the other
Yeah.
one done. Have you talked to Jim at all?
No. And I don't think he didn't have any issues. I shouldn't say I didn't talk to him. I haven't talked to him up to this point so far, but I talked to him before when I said we were looking at it, and he didn't have any issues. He wasn't going to be gone. Last winter, he wasn't gone, so he didn't have any issues with the freezing or anything.
Plus,
So it
side
wasn't
too,
a
you should
rush
get
for
more
him.
bids with, if you push off the other one till spring, you get more bids on it too.
Yeah.
I know Billy's been busy lately too. I ran into him the other day. Everybody's swamped right now. I get that portion of it, so.
Yeah.
So what do you think we should do?
If we could do one, I would like to get one of them done, the 601 North Uggstead Road, if we
Yeah,
can,
I like that idea.
and just get
And then
that
see if
one
we
off
can
our
get a
plate.
better
A better bid, and she also said that copper's up, the insulation that we're requiring on these.
Everything is up.
Yeah.
right now.
Everything is.
And
It's
she said-
availability. It's not really the price is up. It's availability and the shipping and everything.
I suppose,
right now.
yeah. And this insulation, she said that we have in here for our requirement, she said it's a very expensive type, but it's a really good insulation. And I said, well, our thought is, we want to dig it once.
Yeah.
So.
Right,
we're-
exactly.
I mean, I heard that there's even like a shortage of truck drivers, so you can't even get stuff to where you need it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So if we want to accept the KTM bid for 601 North Uggstead Road at the $15,900 that she quoted me. Also.
I'd like to see that in writing.
Yeah, I'll get
As
that
long
in,
as it's-
I'll get that in writing, but I really, if we want to approve this so that I can have them get this on the schedule
Do you want
tomorrow for
a motion, Carol?
$59,000.
Yeah.
So I can move to divide up the project and move forward with the Uggstead Road project this year and save the second one for the spring.
At the price that was quoted.
at the price that was
15,900.
quoted.
I will second that motion to accept the 13,900 and put the Johnson Road property out for rebid.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I see our vendor agreements, and, I mean, they're needed, we have to do this. Usually, we would do a little check for,
Yes, for Salvation Army Heat Share Program.
do you know how much it is?
1,500 is what we've done for many, many years.
Okay, I'll make a motion to do 1,500
I'll second.
this program and to approve the heat share program.
I'll second that.
Agreement. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And
And then how about the AUA?
oh,
Okay.
the AOA one, and that's this Minnesota Department of Commerce one?
Yes,
It's the Aeoa is gonna administer our energy assistance program for us.
Yeah.
Like
And I
always,
was looking at this, there's a lot of hoops, isn't there?
so many.
and what's changed here, I know we've talked about it with the capital letter, the MMUA, where they were trying to support the utilities to the state, because the state is wanting to require utilities. Well, of course, they moved it 2 weeks on either end. So instead of October 15th to April 15th, it's October 1st through April 30th is the cold weather season now. So we got our notices out a month early. We sent those out with the billing this month. And they also want us to send in our shut-off notices that we send out to the energy provider, which is, or the fuel assistance provider, AUA, and the Department of Commerce. A lot of utilities had a problem with that because feel it's infringing on
public
customer rights.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want their information disclosed. Maybe they're private people.
Right.
You know, and if you're a month out there and you're struggling and we send out a notice as a reminder, why should that be
Right.
public information?
Right.
So I think
Is MMUA kind of handling that?
they were putting up that fight for that.
Okay.
But I think it did still state that in here.
So, Shara, I was gonna ask you too with, cold weather rule right around the corner. I know you guys are so busy with the software implementation, but are we gonna try to do a call on delinquent accounts
Yes,
before the
Yes.
cold weather rule hits?
yep. Yeah, I mean, I were just talking about that today. We've got.
So you're sending out shut-off notices now
Yes,
is what I
yep.
thought,
We
yeah.
just sent out bills yesterday. They were supposed to be out Monday, but we had an issue with the system. And so we were in live training all day on Monday, and yeah, it's
I
just,
think this is actually gonna be better than what we had.
I hope so. My hope is, it's just, there's so much more work to do, and some things, the features are really great, and others, it's so restrictive. Like, if we have a customer that calls and says, I moved out in June, and keep sending me the bills, that should be going to my landlord. Nothing we can do. We can't go back, because our old system, we could change the reading date and create a new bill and do adjustments. You can't final out a reading date that's already past the billing period. So I talked to the city of Duluth, and what they do there is they just say, you're gonna have to figure it out with the landlord.
Oh,
Nothing we can do. It's just, that's the way our system is, and you've got 3 months of bills, send it to your landlord. We've sent it to you, we can't change it, you're final as of today. If you're calling today and telling me you're final as of today.
it's not very customer friendly.
Yeah, so
No,
it's.
but then what if they have a deposit?
Yeah, well, we can apply it as of today,
Yeah.
but, yeah, it's some of those that we're trying to work through that it's real tough because there's no flexibility, and others, it's really great features, so
Were
it's
you-
just a work in progress.
Were you able to get the finals off?
Yes,
Oh,
we did do that. So those will be separately when we get the aging list
Oh, good.
printed, those will be on a separate, all those old finals, so we'll just have the
Thanks for looking
current.
at that. It just looks
Yeah.
so terrible when they're out there
I know,
for
when
20
it's-
years.
right.
And some of the people are dead, I mean.
Right, and we
You know
should
you're
be,
not gonna get payment.
I think should be getting payment on 2 of those. One is the one on 6th Street over there, where they tore the house down, or
Yeah.
I think they've got it torn down, and they're putting in a new home. They're aware of that. That was at the county, so that should be paid. And then we have another one up on 3rd Avenue, same thing, it's torn down. They're aware of it. Before we'll turn the water on, that's gotta be paid, so we'll have a couple of those. So we just kinda hold them out there, and,
Yeah, but you know that,
Yeah.
right now, so that's good.
yeah.
Okay.
So do you
well,
still need a motion on AEOA?
Yes, please.
I'll move to approve the AEOA vendors agreement.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now with Pat, report of office, 3A. Do you have anything else with Pat?
No, just busy trying to stay afloat right now with him and training, and it's going good. Like the payroll, we were able to teach him that and got the app on his phone so he could do his timesheet on his phone and check, because everything's going electronic. That's our new step now. So, so some things he really gets, and then others it's not working for us
So do you check
either.
that then? You have to go in and check
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, so we're just showing him how to use it. We did a test on just the office staff. I did that this payroll, so we were able to import those, and there were errors. Employees made an error, so I had to fix those. So it'll still be,
You
you know,
the police is so complicated. I would be scared. I'd be
I know.
afraid for that.
I
Okay.
know. That is my biggest fear. That, and then the street department with all their codes.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. Okay, I see the booster pump station is going.
yeah.
It's nice to see that work
It is.
underway.
It is.
Are you hearing things are going okay, Shar?
Yeah, it's going, no issues that I've heard from Pat at all. Neighbors, having a little bit of issues with the clearing of the land, how much is being cleared, all the fill that was brought in, those kind of things. And so I thought, they were at the meeting when we had the pre-con meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought they got a copy of the plans when we were there. They didn't, so I went up there and met them on site.
Oh, nice.
Brought her a copy of the plans, brought her the schedule, their most recent schedule that I got from, that I emailed out to you guys. I think I sent that over, forwarded it to you, but the plan schedule that they have for the project. So, you know,
Was
just,
that new, or was that something from like a month ago?
yeah, I think it was from, it was in August, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I brought that to her, and I just said, this is, I mean, everything that they're doing is here, and I know Phil's talked
And
to
it's
her,
on our side
It's
of the
on our
property line,
property.
right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we did say we were gonna leave trees up there.
Yeah, and we might have to look at that. We might have to, the way that they did it when they went in there, you know, I can see where she's having some issues, and so we might have to replant some trees there or something, and,
Mhm.
I say on
you
both
know,
sides.
it kind of, they didn't clear it very straight, so it kind of comes like this into their property a little bit and comes back. So I don't know what happened there. I know we had to change out 2 power poles back there, so maybe when they,
Unexpectedly, or part of the plan?
part of the plan
Well, 'cause
there,
the
yeah.
The building's in a different position.
Kind of part of the plan. One of them was part of the plan. The other one, in the neighbor's pool on the other way, south, that one was rotting. And they were worried that was leaning and the guy wire was not holding, so it was a pretty
And
bad pull.
SWLMP is, like,
Yep,
operationally, things are looking good?
yep,
Good.
yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, keep us updated, Shar.
Yeah. It's good. We just want to keep things flowing. It's supposed to be done at the end of next month, so I don't know. It's in the contract.
Yeah.
And we'll see how quickly they can move here in the next couple weeks.
Oh, 3C, our Nampa update. Did you,
So we
Get a
had a meeting
chance?
today, and I had it on my calendar, and it never alerted me, and I was busy with payroll, so it slipped my mind, and I was gonna call Julie this afternoon, and was still been dealing with payroll, so,
okay,
yeah, so I'm not sure where that's at, but I'll get an update from them.
okay, and our meters now, 3D. So we're ordering these meters.
We'd like to
Get
order these
approved.
meters, yes. We've got pretty much all of the residential that we can possibly do switched over to the radio read. This is our commercial. Most of them demand. Most of them have cutouts. Oh, these are all the cutouts, the ones that we're ordering here for now. are the ones with cutouts. They're gonna need some work in the meter socket there, a little bit of wiring. So Minnesota Power came and did an inventory. They visited each of 52 sites and wrote up some notes. It was a big spreadsheet, so I didn't include that, but wrote up some notes here, meter type that we have to buy, what size form, meter form, and so this is the list that they came up with at Core and Main and the cost. Pretty much it's around what we would pay for our 2S's. If you look on this list on that first line item, the 2S is our standard residential electric meters. We need to have some more of those on hand. We're out. We had to reset some of the ones that we've replaced some of our limiters. We had to reset, so we had some on the shelf because they're running on they've got a shortage on meters. Just a little chip inside there for our radio read that they're running on a shortage on. So we're having a difficult time getting those. So I did put in for 32 meters for just our regular 2S.
I was gonna say, this is more than that. Okay.
Yeah, that's our regular meters.
Do we have space to store these?
Yeah, in our back room. In our back room, we should have that. And then depends on when we're tearing down the pump house. You know, if we were tearing that down right away, or if we're waiting till the spring or whatever, it's potential we could store it there, or maybe even in the new one if we had to. But there's not gonna be that many. I mean, we're talking like, what did I say here, 40, 48, 55, 75, 82 meters.
So Shar, those meters are being manually read right now, and then with the new ones, they'll be
Yes.
able to be,
Yes.
okay.
With our
That's a
drive-by.
huge improvement then.
Yes, yeah.
I know a lot of these bigger meters have multipliers and all this kind of stuff too, so I hope our system can figure it out.
Yeah.
So far, I think that it is doing it on the drive-by system. It's more difficult on the handheld when Pat has to go up. Some of them, well, that will work for the digital ones, because we do have some 2S that we're using as demand, which is the 2 highway meters that we have
Right.
on I-35 for the lighting. Those are 2S meters. So we are using those as demand, and those numbers are pulling through fine with our laptop. They weren't before with our old system with Banyan, but I think those ones are coming in correctly now with the new system. So that's good. Yeah, and then it just leaves less room for error. A lot of these old ones are the dial the clock ones, where you're having to read between a 5 and a 6, and you're having to decipher that. So it just leaves room for error when you're having to manually enter those in. So this would be great. It is costly, but like I said, this is taking a big chunk of these. It's kind of the last of our electrical
Yeah, we wanted a
change
motion.
out, so.
So we need a motion to approve to spend the money for the commercial meters and some regular residential meters to have on hand.
I'll move to approve the purchase of new meters as outlined on the Core and Main quote.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And then we have our financial statements. Minnesota Power bill. We don't have our maintenance bills yet, right?
Yeah, that one I did. I brought that was
Oh,
part of
there
the
it is.
additional attachment, so. And then, so if we're looking at if you look at the maintenance bills, the vegetation management on there, that's just some of these spot people that will call, that's got a tree on the line, those type of issues. It's not our annual vegetation management. Like I said, talking with Rocky, they're gonna try and get lake states out here now. He said it's probably gonna be looking closer to fall. Wright was supposed to be doing it at the beginning of the summer when we talked about it, spring when we talked about it. He said they were here for a short period of time in Duluth doing work for them, and then they just packed up and left. So then they moved to northern clearing, but the issue that they're having with is that nobody wants to work. He says, we got the equipment, we got the work, but we can't get the people. So,
Has anybody talked to this new tree trimming place over here in Proctor? In the railroad building? I wonder if they're,
is that a tree trimming place?
they
I thought it was just heavy equipment.
no,
Do you know about that?
Yeah, I think they're just heavy equipment for the railroad, like cranes and then some of the railroad equipment. M&H or
I
H&M,
thought that-
sorry.
Huh?
H&M over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is. Ask Jess, because I think it's
Oh.
been brought up. It's close.
Okay.
Just in case. If we
Yeah.
can't get anybody. Anything jump out at you here?
Nope. This one here, that first one is one that will be billed out. That customer wanted to go from overhead to underground, so.
Oh, okay. And he's aware that it's gonna cost.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good. So once we get these meters in, then we won't have them read our meters anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't think, we'll have our water, still have our water, but I think Pat should be able to get those. Most of those are, with the commercial ones, those are inside.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to go in and read them. We don't have a whole lot that are on radio. We do have some that we can get radio on, but.
Any questions on the Minnesota Power bill or our maintenance bill? We got our income statement.
Shar, on the income statement, both the revenues and expenses on water and electric are both down from our budget, like the year-to-date actuals compared to year-to-date budget, and we're still like, you know, not in the red or anything, but I'm wondering if that's correlated to usage or something, like are we, or if there's anything that just stands out to you, because it seems like it's, you know, the revenue and expenses are matching each other appropriately like they should. They're just a little bit under where we thought they would be on the budget. So I'm just curious if there's anything that comes to mind.
No.
Yeah, this is. We should compare it to last month and see what's going on with this.
Yeah, I will compare it to last month. I'll tell you, I didn't do that. I should have done that. So with this new system, we have a spreadsheet it's called My Excel, where you can go in there and it will do these formulas. You could just plunk in like something in a cell, like a date or whatever, and it will populate everything for you.
This
So-
doesn't look right.
So I did this one. Leslie always did it for me. I always asked her for the thing, and she's like, it's out here, and if you put it in here, well, it wasn't populating. And I told her that, I said, something is not working here because it should be July, and it still says June.
Because you know what it almost looks like to me? It almost looks like the year-to-date actual is maybe like a month off from the budget year-to-date. Do you know what I mean? because if you look at,
Year-to-date actual is off from what? Say that again?
well, I mean, I'm just guessing, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but no.
But, when you look at like budget year-to-date and then the actual year-to-date, I wonder if it's not pulling from the same month, right? Like if the actual year-to-date is, say, June, but the budget year-to-date is July.
Yeah, this
Okay.
doesn't look right.
I'm just guessing, because,
And like I said, that could be, so she told me that, well, all you have to do is you push F9 and that will repopulate it. So I pushed F9, it filtered, I saw things change in there, but then every time I did it, and when I went to another page, I'd have to do F9 again, and we were adding some lines that weren't in there. So I'll have to have her look at it.
Yeah,
I was
'cause it
trying to
looks-
do it myself.
because it looks like, you know, the trends are right, it's just that the numbers are off. It looks like, you know, revenue's down, but expenses also down on both water and electric. And so it caught my eye that it looks off from the year-to-date budget number.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably me. It was probably
Oh, we won't.
operator error.
We'll look at it next month.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, then I need to have people look at the bills. This format is a little different.
I know, it's so different. So different. I don't think there was anything out of the ordinary in here. The booster station, so I got one bill, so we had 2 months of billings in here because I got one bill the day after we met last month, and then I got one just last week for this month. So their timing is kind of misses our billing. They're a little bit late. Or our payments, not our billing, our payments. Our
I need a
meetings.
motion to approve the bills.
I'll make that motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And Jess is not here. I don't think she's got anything, any correspondence that we talked about for Puck. The newsletter on the back of the utility bill, we didn't do that this month because we wanted people to focus on our cold weather rule that was
That's-
inserted, so we didn't do one.
That's a really good call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Any issues with labor and negotiations?
nope.
Tammy's working out good?
She's amazing.
She's
just, oh my gosh, I'm
happy,
just so
hopefully?
lucky to have her, honestly. She just goes for it, tries to figure it out on her own, and she has no problem talking to people, no problem, trying to talk to our trainers, calling and see, right now, we're in the same boat. Because before, at least, if she was struggling with something,
You
she
could
could
help
ask me, like, how do we do this in Banyan?
Yeah.
Now I don't know, we're both in the same boat, neither of us know. So she's just like, I'm calling them, I'm figuring this out, this isn't working, so she's just amazing, yeah.
That's great.
So happy to have her, yeah.
I need one more motion.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.